Pokemon Mystery Dungeon is an interesting series for Spike Chunsoft. First off, it's a spin-off in more than one way. Mystery Dungeon started as a Dragon Quest spin-off in 1993, which then later became an original series with Shyren the Wanderer. And of course, it's a spin-off of the Pokemon series. Second off, it's Spike Chunsoft's best-selling modern series. As of 2022, the series has sold over 17 million copies. Simply put, when they make Pokemon Mystery Dungeon, it sells. When Pokemon Mystery Dungeon Explorers of Time, Darkness, and Sky get a remake, I believe that all signs point to yes at some point. Now, I have bad news. Spike Chunsoft is a business. That means that if they aren't making money, they go out of business. Now the good news is that since Pokemon Mystery Dungeon is their best-selling series, they have avid motivation to make more from a financial standpoint. Simply put, it makes money. And making a remake rather than a brand new game makes sense from a business standpoint. It's less risky since they would be remaking a beloved game, likely being built off of Rescue Team DX, and remaking an existing game is likely much cheaper and quicker to do than making a completely new game. Plus, the Explorers trio of games are the best-selling entries in the series. That's even more incentive. Also, Rescue Team DX being the most recent release and a remake sold better than the last two original games, those being Gates to Infinity and Super Mystery Dungeon. So I believe we are more likely to get an Explorers remake than a brand new game. Simply put, it's less risky, and it's just more likely to make more money. Another factor to keep in mind, while less important from a business perspective, is what the fanbase wants. And what does the fanbase want? Ever since Rescue Team DX was released, many people have discussed their opinions on this topic. From what I've seen on the Mystery Dungeon subreddit and my own question on Twitter, is that it seems most people would choose a brand new game over an Explorers remake. While many others would be thrilled to see a remake announced, there have been a small portion who would prefer to not see a remake at all. Their reasons ranging from not liking Rescue Team DX and being worried an Explorers remake would be too similar, to being worried that we would only see rehashed content for the series' future. Regardless, many fans hold the opinion that with an 8-year gap since the last original Pokemon Mystery Dungeon game, a brand new entry would excite more than another remake. Many of the people who want a remake are people who adore the original, are super nostalgic, and would love to see it with the technical upgrades we got in Rescue Team DX. A more unique art style, gameplay improvements, and better accessibility for a modern audience. If you wanted to pick up a copy of Explorers of Sky, you would be looking at a $90+ purchase. A remake would allow a more affordable alternative to an original copy, while at the same time onboarding new fans who never got to experience the original. If we do get a remake of the Explorers games, what can we expect it to look like? Now, all of this is speculation, but I believe it'll be closer to Rescue Team DX in presentation and gameplay. Outside of the obvious gameplay improvements, such as the move selection, I would anticipate them adding wands and many of the new orbs that have been introduced in Super Mystery Dungeon and Rescue Team DX. I expect them to keep the previously introduced Tiny Reviver Seeds as well. I also expect the art style to follow in a similar fashion to how Rescue Team DX did it, just with an adjusted color palette. While I love the visual style of Rescue Team DX, I do hope that they give some extra love to the animations if they remake Explorers, because golly it sure needs it. Now, what kind of time frame could we see an Explorers remake release? Keep in mind, this is entirely a guess, but I think we could see it as early as 2024. My reasoning behind this is that if they make it using the same engine as Rescue Team DX and reuse most of the Pokemon models and animations, it would drastically reduce development time. I couldn't imagine an Explorers remake taking more than a few years to make, assuming they started working on it soon after finishing Rescue Team DX. And I would surely hope that it would include the extra content from Explorers of Sky. I need Igglybuff the Prodigy and Skypeak on the Switch, man. Who knows, we may see an Explorers DX before too long. So, to summarize, they're almost definitely making another Pokemon Mystery Dungeon game since it's Spike Chunsoft's best-selling series. Making a remake over a brand new game would be cheaper and quicker. The trio of Explorers games are the best-selling in the series. While many fans would prefer a brand new game, there are many others who adore the original and would love to see a remake. There is fan demand. It would bring the beloved story and music to a new generation of players who wouldn't be able to play it otherwise. I believe it will likely have gameplay and visuals similar to Rescue Team DX. I'm guessing a 2024 release window. There is a lot of wiggle room for things to work out completely differently or not at all, so take nothing in this video as undeniable truth. I just wanted to get down my thoughts and the facts and briefly discuss if I think we'll see an Explorers remake. My opinion is yes, we will, at some point. We could very well see a brand new game instead of a remake. Who knows, anything is possible. I already asked this question on Twitter, but I'm still super interested in your guys' thoughts on the subject. Do you want a remake of the Explorers games? Why or why not? Also, please let me know if I got anything wrong in this video, as feedback will help me improve in the future. Thanks for watching. Let's explore together.